Today we're going to learn all about identifying equations and algebraic expressions in word problems. We are going to complete 3 practice problems throughout this video, so make sure you're following along and practicing as we go. Our first word problem is, if Alex feeds his turtle the same amount of food twice a day, how much food will he feed the turtle in a week? Let's try to identify the key words to help us understand what operations we're going to do throughout this problem. I've underlined twice a day, how much, and in a week. Now to start, I need to think of what variable I'm going to use to show the food. So I'm going to use F because food starts with F. And then I need to think, what does twice mean and how many days are in a week? First, I would see that he's feeding his turtle twice a day. So that's 2 times he's doing food. So I need to multiply the food times 2. Now I need to think, if he does that much per day, how much will he do in a week? Think to yourself and remind yourself, how many days are in a week? Hopefully you all remembered that there are 7 days in a week, which means after we find out 2 times the amount of food, we're then going to multiply that number times 7. 2 times F shows us how much food the turtle eats every day, and times 7 tells us how much food the turtle eats in a week. Our second practice problem. Beth is 6 years younger than twice her brother's age. How old is Beth? Again, I want us to start by identifying the key words before we start to figure out what equation this is. I underlined 6 years younger and twice. Now, if A is going to represent Beth's age, I need to first figure out how old her brother is. She's 6 years younger than twice her brother's age. Twice, again, like the last problem, means times 2. So I need to first do 2 times A. Then what do you think the next part is going to be? She's 6 years younger than twice her brother's age. We've found twice her brother's age. So what's next? If you put minus 6 after the 2 times A, you'd be correct. She's 6 years younger than twice her brother's age. So after we find twice her brother's age, we need to subtract 6. Now, as a reminder, we can write 2 times A as 2A. So either one of those equations would be an acceptable answer during a written response. For our last practice problem, Pete will drive a car each day he is at the beach. If he drives the same distance each of the 3 days he is there, how far will he drive each day? I want D to equal our total distance. So I want you to think a minute and pause the video until you can figure out what this equation is. Now, if he's going the same distance each day for 3 days, we want to split our total distance into 3 different parts. If we're splitting something, that means we're going to be dividing. So our equation for this word problem is D divided by 3. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and learned a little bit more about translating expressions and creating equations.